Hey there, Stampers. Welcome to day 3 of the Holiday Tags, Bags, and Gift Packaging series. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and today we are going to use some of the products from the Eden's Garden collection to create a Christmas tag. All right, and I'll share a couple ideas for it at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to take a piece of white cardstock that measures 2.5 inches by 4.25. So this is going to create our tag. We're going to stamp the background. So I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper and we're going to use this beautiful floral image, which to me could work for Christmas. I've actually created several projects that I've used this image for to turn into holiday themed projects. We're going to use Evening Evergreen ink, and we're going to stamp this twice to create a background. Now this is one of our distinctive stamps, so it's good to have a well inked ink pad, but not over inked. And the other tip is you don't need to push too hard. You want to make sure that you apply even pressure, but don't push too hard, and you'll get a nice, beautiful, crisp image. Well, I guess I shouldn't say crisp because it is, it's crisp around the edges. I'll do this one off the bottom. Okay, while we've got this ink out, we're going to turn it over, and I'm going to move my scrap paper out of the way. I'll bring that back in a moment. And now I'm going to bring in the Heartfelt Wishes stamp set, and I'm going to use To You and Yours from Our Family, or From Our Family to You and Yours. So we're going to do From Our Family first. So I'll just make sure that that's straight. And then that one underneath. And then we are going to take the Cheers from that stamp set, and we're going to bring in a 5/8 inch strip of the soft succulent cardstock, and this will end up trimming down. So all of the projects that I share over the course of these 10 days, they're all meant to be quick and easy projects that you could mass produce or that you could make to just step up your holiday gift giving just a little bit. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to bring back that scrap piece of paper. We're going to do one more thing to this before we create our tag. We are going to splatter, and I'm going to use the Soft Succulent Dark Blend. I'm going to take off the brush tip, bring in my bone folder, and just splatter a little bit. And that just adds a little bit of detail to the background. So it just creates a very fine splatter. All right, now we're going to take our snips and we're going to create our tag. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to eyeball it. So about 1/2 inch down. And then I'm going to take this piece. So this came from this corner. I'm going to flip it over and line it up in this corner. And then snip. So that's how you can get a relatively even tag or angle on both sides. All right, we're going to create our hole. So I'm just going to use a 1/8 inch handheld punch to create that hole. And then from the Eden dies, I used this image and cut a piece of white. So I used a 1 by 5.5 inch piece of white. And if you do that, you'll actually have enough to create 2 tags. So you can die cut this once and get 2 tags out of this. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this. This is going to get trimmed down, so I'm really just adding a bit of adhesive where I know my word is, which is kind of in the center. And then I'm going to line this up. I am covering over the stitching, And it's just going to end up being just a little bit longer than the edges of the word. So I'm moving it over just a little bit. You can also adhere this piece first if you're unsure. I'll stick that down, and then we'll add some more adhesive behind here. And try to make sure that this is straight. So again, I'm using my grid marks. If you've got our grid paper, that's also a great thing to use. And then I'll trim off the edges. And again, that is more than enough for you to use on a second tag. So if you missed out on my Eden's Garden class to go, I will post a link in the description where you can find the tutorial if that's something that you're interested in. We created 6 cards using this beautiful collection of products, and they're absolutely stunning. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some of the garden gems, and I'm going to use these little round ones, and I'll take one of the big ones and 2 of the small ones. Okay, and the other thing I did, which I don't know if I mentioned, I kind of curled this up a little just to give it a bit more dimension. So isn't that a beautiful tag? So the last 2 steps, just to take a piece of Evening Evergreen open weave ribbon. We're going to feed this through the hole. And then I'm going to take a piece of white twine, about 6 or 8 inches, and just wrap this around and tie a bow. And then our tag is done. And I'll show you what I did with the tag. And I'll show you an alternate color combination as well. So I created these tags as a little thank you that I included in class kits, but I used a completely different color combination, and it looks stunning. There we go. So there is our beautiful cheers tag using the Eden's Garden bundle. So pretty. So we turn that into a holiday card, but you know what? It doesn't need to be a holiday tag. Sorry, not card. It doesn't need to be for the holidays. It could be any time of the year. And here, I know you're not going to be able to see this whole thing, but I have just a simple brown bag, paper bag, that I've attached the tag to here. And I used some of the Ever Eden cotton paper in a coordinating color and tucked that in. And isn't that just the most beautiful gift packaging? Just really steps up a brown, simple brown paper bag. All right, and then I had promised that I'd share some of the tags. So here they are done in the fresh freesia. So you can see that you can really get a completely different look. So this would be great for New Year's if you're going to someone's place for a New Year's party. You could bring a host gift and attach this to it. It could be for the holidays, but it could even be for a birthday. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Christmas. All right, so thanks so much for watching. If you are not yet a YouTube subscriber of mine, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of these projects during this 12 days of holiday tags, bags, and gift packaging series. All right, thanks so much for watching.